in our church. I'm wondering if it's easier for us to point the finger and say, it's them, it's you, rather than, is it I? Are you a part of the problem, or are you a part of the solution? It's very easy to sit back and say, this is wrong and that is wrong. But when will you do like was done this morning and say, the reason why our offerings consistently are below the mark is because it's I. I'm not giving consistently. I'm taking care of me, myself, and I. Is it I? The violence that is happening in our city, as you safely sit behind your home every night. You don't show up at city council meetings. You don't go to the town hall meetings. You don't even go vote. Is it I? We have this outcry for the verdict of George Zimmerman. And I hear some of the senseless things that his attorneys have said. It sickens me to think that we are yet living in a society that does not understand human life. Whether I'm black, brown, yellow, white, whether I am gay or straight, whether I am poor or rich, human life is human life. Whether I have a hood on or a bad hat, whether I have no hat at on, human life. But is it I? Is it because we've been so comfortable being silent that we have not realized that our silence has co-signed the actions of others? We're afraid to step out and to step up because we don't want to lose our jobs. Someone wrote on Facebook last night, be careful what you say because your employers may be looking at Facebook. So what? If it's the truth, it's the truth. We've been silent too long. But what gets me about what the Lord spoke to my heart is that it says that each one of them said, Lord, is it I? And I know we have heard this preached so many times, especially around Good Friday and Passion Week, and it's always about Judas. It's always about how bad boy Judas. It's always about the bad person. But how about all of them must have thought they were capable of it because they said, Lord, is it I? And so what it does is knock us off of our holy and sanctified, fire baptized, running around the church self. All right. And say, Lord, is it I that is a part of this problem that we are? What am I a part of not advancing the kingdom agenda? Am I a part? Is it I? Is it I? That the school district is in this shape that it's in? Is it I? Or you might not think that you have much power in your voice, but I guarantee you, amen, if you speak up, it'll raise something up in somebody else. And they'll feel the strength. There's unity. And where there's unity, sitting around the table with Jesus.
Lord.
And we knew that we had at one time contemplated betraying him. Some of you don't even have to imagine that. You've been sitting in your homes betraying one another. You've been sitting in church pews betraying one another. You've been acting with hypocrisy. You play one game here and another when you leave church.
Well.
Is it I? Is it the reason why you don't get a promotion on your job is because you don't know how to act when you're at your job? Just because you have a cross around your neck doesn't mean you have convinced others that you are a submitted vessel to the King. You talk too much. But you never say, is it I? Am I the reason why I am in the condition that I am in? We're so ready to blame the white man. We're ready to blame the black man. We're ready to blame society. What is it in you that is keeping you from staying out of denial? Nobody will help me. There's no such person as nobody.
That's good.
You got to learn how to help yourself. That's what's wrong now. That's why the welfare system is failing, because it's doing just what it's supposed to do, keep you trapped. But you don't see that. All you see is they won't give me my check. You didn't work for that check. You didn't even pay any taxes into that check. Sense of entitlement. But we won't say, is it I?
Amen.
What's my piece of progression? We're so quick to say why we're not where we want to be. It's hard. Nobody said it would be easy.
Amen.
It is hard. People who have made it to the top have done it hard ways, whether they've done it the wrong way or the right way. Women, you can sleep your way to the top, but it'll still be hard. Because you got to look at yourself in the mirror every day. You can't even fill out your resume properly because you can't put in there that you slept with John, James, Sam, and Tyrone. It's still hard. And when you do it the right way, when you go to school, when you work in the lowest field and you get looked over for 20 years, but then one day, because God is in control, breakthrough happens. But you don't have to be ashamed to say, is it I? Because you know you did your part.
Amen.
So each one of them were exceedingly sorrowful. My prayer is, as we go through these next few weeks, that we will look at ourselves when it comes to our marriages, when it comes to our friendships, when it comes to our careers, when it comes to the choices that we are going to make, that we will first look at ourselves and say, Lord, is it I? Is the it that needs to be dealt with I? When you look at the word it and you take the T off, it's just I. And sometimes in the room, it can be a lot of people, but really it's all about you. You can walk in a room and make an impression without saying a word. Or you can walk in the room and make an impression and it's been all about you. People talking all about you in the wrong way. So Lord, is it I? We love grabbing up and holding on to God's unchanging hand. And we love looking at all those its that are perplexing us and hindering us and letting them go. But when we have to really face the music, when we have to look at the man and the woman in the mirror, we really don't want to do that. It's easier to go on Facebook and talk about everybody and everything.
Come on, Pastor.
Which I still can't understand why you want to put your business out there. I really
Help
don't.
somebody. Help somebody.
I really don't. But that's your choice. It's America. You can. But when someone then tries to help you with your issues, it's you, then you get offended. I'm wondering if we truly want truth in our life. Truth is not easy to swallow. But I'd rather have truth in my life. I really would. I wouldn't be where I am today if it wasn't for truth, for some people just walking straight up to me and saying, sis, you got it wrong today. Well, that just doesn't look good on you.
For real.
It doesn't feel good. But if you're honest with yourself,
Come on your way.
you can make the proper changes.
Amen.
I thought about this passage, and Jesus talks about that he's going to die. And that his death is going to be because of someone else. Betrayal. But ultimately, it was his assignment to come and die.
That's good.
That's even for you too. It's your assignment to die to yourself so that someone else can be ignited into truth, stability, future, hope, prosperity, if you just die. Instead of pointing fingers at everybody else, this week, I want you to say, Lord, is it I? I want George Zimmerman to say, is it I? When his team of attorneys are not around him. Because I know that Trayvon Martin's parents are saying, God,
Yes, Jesus.
did we fail him? Is it I? Think about the situation you're in right now. Did you put yourself in it? Did you have a way of escape, but you chose not to take it? Was there a door open, and when that door shut, a window open, but you said, no, I'd rather have a door.
Well.
Is it I? That's what I had to deal with this week. Lord, is it I? If you're having all kind of troubles in your life, the best way to start chopping at that root is to check and see what is your part in it.
Amen.
So if somebody keeps harping on you, just make a check. You don't have a portal open that you're allowing them to harp on you.
Amen.
If you're tired of somebody calling you, asking you if you completed an assignment, just make sure your assignment's done. Shut it down.
Simple as
If
that.
you're tired of people calling you, asking where you're at, then show up where you're supposed to show up.
Simple as that.
Shut it down. If you're tired of the bill collectors calling you, pay
down. Shut it
If
down.
you're tired of people showing up at your house, don't answer your door.
I'll do that in a minute.
You're tired of people calling you all times at night, turn your phone off. Is it I? Are you part of the problem or part of the solution?
Amen.
That's all I have.
That's good. That's good.